What's up? What's up, y'all? We live again. Y'all, this is episode number 7 of the Black Podcast Show, hosted by me, your girl Shantae. This is crazy. Y'all, we are at episode number 7. How did y'all get so lucky for me to have been able to do 7 episodes of this amazing show? I don't know. How did I get lucky enough for y'all to keep watching? I don't know. But I'ma just say thank y'all. I'm so grateful. But let me just say this. This is the Black Podcast Show, hosted by me, your girl Shantae. This is the only podcast online hosted by me, once again, your girl Shantae, that gives you 4 podcasts. Yes, I said 4. 4 podcasts in one, hosted by a black host. What other podcast is doing that? Giving you 4 in one and giving you the flavor and the sauce with it? Like, come on now. Ain't nobody else doing it. I know that for a fact because I looked for them. And that's why I had to just come get y'all the game. You know what I'm saying? So tonight, before I even go further, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Clearly, I got my hair cut off. So I'm getting used to it. I'ma just y'all don't make no jokes, nothing like that. This shit look fly. It's gonna look a little bit flyer in a couple more weeks, but I'm gonna keep getting into it. I'm gonna get right into the motivation segment tonight because the last couple weeks I haven't really been able to do the motivation the way I wanted to. So, and I know a lot of people have told me that that's a part of the show that they really like. So I'm flying solo again tonight. I don't have no guests for y'all. I am still currently booking interviews for the Black Podcast Show. However, what I'm about to get into right now is the Black Motivation segment. And we're going to jump right into it. Like I said, the motivation for tonight is a quote. And this is a quote that's old as time. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. And y'all, the thing is this. I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. I'm not Confucius or nothing like that. I'm just here to repurpose the knowledge and the wisdom that's out there already. So like I said, tough times don't last. Tough people do. The fact is this. We all going to go through something in life. It's inevitable. We all going to go through something, whether you think what you're going through is the worst, or what you think is somebody out there that got it worse than you, or whatever the case is. The truth is, some soldiers in this battle of life do have to fight longer and harder battles than other soldiers, but we all do have to go through something. A lot of times older people say that this generation, we too soft. They don't think that we have any challenges. They don't think that we suffer. They don't really think that we have too many troubles. But we do. We face a whole different type of troubles than what they faced. So, regardless, we all have some type of battle, whether you're going through something by choice or by force. And I say by choice because sometimes we do put ourselves in situations to have to fight battles that weren't meant for us to fight, or that are just unnecessary. And I mean, hopefully we learn something from it, but that's the truth. And the way you fight determines who and what you are. So the way that you go about dealing with tough situations and difficult people determines, whether you're going to get knocked out, whether you're going to block the hits, or whether you're going to just have to eat them. So the way you deal with things determines what's going to happen in your life. Now, when I say tough times don't last, tough people do, I'm not talking about, the big tough muscle guys and the bullies, and I'm not talking about, a physical fight when I say battle. The tough people in life are the resilient people. As simple as that. The people that take a licking and keep on ticking. Those are the tough people. The people that get knocked down, come back for more, you know what I'm saying? Come back for another hit, come back swinging. Those are the tough people. The people that face disappointment after disappointment, but still face every day with that same enthusiasm that they had, to me, those are the tough people. And then, of course, the people that have a troubled past, that might have, a dark or embarrassing past, but still get up and face the world each and every day and don't inflict negativity and darkness on other people. Those are the tough people to me. And, everybody has their own definition of things, and that's fine. But the fact is, to get through this life and face the world on a daily basis, you have to be tough. So Whether you think someone else doesn't have any struggles, whether somebody is rich, whether they white, whether they young, old, whatever, we all face struggles. It gets tough for all of us, whether it's emotional, it might be financial, you know what I'm saying? It might be physical. Things get tough for all of us. We all have to make tough decisions. Now, like I said, some of us have to make much tougher decisions than others. Some of us face more tough decisions on a regular basis than the average person. But we all do, have things we have to face. You have to be tough in this world because it's not always pleasant. And like I said, depending on the way you look at things, depending on your circumstances, you might not feel like it's ever pleasant. So you might have to constantly be tough. You might have to constantly be resilient. You might have to constantly be putting on a smile when you want to just cry. But that builds your character. And you're one of those tough people that last when the tough time is over. Some people get in a tough time and stay in a tough time because they don't have the will or the emotional stability or the financial stability or whatever it is to get through the tough time. So that tough time can last, but a tough person is going to outlast those tough times. And then, like the other old saying goes, that goes hand in hand with this one. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And so what I take from that is when things get hard as hell, when things get tough, that don't mean it's time for you to relax. That's not the time for you to have a breakdown. That's not the time for you to get away from everything, get away from everybody. That's the time for you to double down. You know what I'm saying? When the going get tough, the tough get going on a solution. That's what I take that to mean. It's not the time for a break. When shit gets tough, tough people get in extra grind mode. Tough people work overtime, whatever that might be. You know what I mean? Whether it's you at work doing overtime or whether it's, you hustling doing overtime, or whether you might be a comedian, you writing extra jokes. But when you having a tough time, you go into overdrive. It's not the time for you to fall apart. The tough get going, not the tough run away. The tough get going. Your mind gets going. You get going, taking action, working on a solution. And like I said, whether it's a tough time you having with family, and that means the tough get going, you start working on a solution. I'm going to fix this problem that I got with my sister, with my brother, with my uncle, with my mom, my cousin. When the going gets tough, the tough get to going, working on that situation. The tough time ain't going to last between you and your friend or your family, like I said. But tough people do. Y'all going to tough it out. Y'all going to get through that situation, whether it's at work. You might be having a hard time at work. That situation probably won't last, but a tough person will. Or even if that job don't last, you still going to be you. You're still going to have your dignity, your pride, whatever. If you're having a tough time financially, then you got to get in overtime. Mentally, then you got to work on your mental health. You got to go to therapy or look up some actions you can take, some activities you can do, whatever it is, to get past that situation mentally, whatever. So like I said, when shit get tough people get going on a situation, and tough times don't last. Tough people do. And I just want to end on saying also, tough doesn't mean not asking for help. Tough times don't last, tough people do. But tough don't mean that you have to isolate yourself and not utilize the resources that you may have within other people. You know what I mean? A closed mouth will never get fed. So sometimes it might be tough for you to even ask somebody for help. That's okay. Because it'll make you a stronger person. It'll make that person is probably glad to help you, especially if this is a family or a friend. And it's not about, using a person, but if somebody can give you a leg up and then you take advantage of that situation in a positive way, take that leg up and actually take off with it and let them know, hey, please don't ever regret giving me that leg up because look where I'm at now. That's perfect. And then maybe you'll be able to get them a leg up one day. So don't be afraid to to ask people for help as long as you do have the good intentions. It's not it's not weak to ask for help. It's weak, in my opinion, to drown when you have people or resources, whatever the case is, at your advantage and at your tutelage, and all you have to do is just ask for it. So like I said, just keep in mind, y'all, keep that with y'all for the week. Take that with you, put it in your pocket, marinate on that. Tough times do not last. Tough people do. And like I said, the tough people in life, first and foremost, are the resilient people. It's not about being big and strong. It's not about being able to beat up everybody. It's about when you get back up if you do get knocked down. When you come up with another plan, if plan A don't work. When you have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it might be A through Z of plan A over and over again. That's okay. You the tough one because you kept coming back. All right, so that's the motivation for the week. I know y'all been needing that. Like I said, this is the Black Podcast Show. What you just got was the Black Motivation Show. What you got was motivation that's going to carry you through the week. What I give y'all is life-changing content. So just know that this is coming directly from my heart into your ears. And it's not coming from no pedestal. I'm not above nobody. I'm telling y'all this from experience. Anything I talk about is just something I done thought about, or maybe something I done went through. It could be something somebody else told me, but I just felt the need to share it. So anyway, we're going to get right into the next show. Now, what I have next for y'all is the Black True Crime Show. And I'm super, super, super excited. Now, just keep in mind, the Black True Crime Show doesn't mean I'm only doing black cases. It's a true crime show with a black host. Now, this is what I'm talking about today. If you think you toxic, you ain't got no idea. You have no clue. These motherfuckers is toxic relationship goals. If you want to be in a toxic relationship, I don't know why you would. But if you think that that's cool, you think that's what you is, you and your boo, y'all toxic, y'all the toxic king and queen, queen and king, queen and king, whatever, y'all ain't got nothing on Linda and Burt Pugach. I told my Facebook friends today, Linda and Burt Pugach make Cardi B and Offset look like Cliff and Claire Huxtable. No cap. So I'm going to just get right into this. This is the toxic love story of Burt and Linda Pugach. When they say love is blind, that's what y'all about to see. Y'all about to find out why they say that today. Alright, so look. Boom. It's the late 50s, right? My man Burt is a successful lawyer and investor. He in his early or late 30s. Now, let me just start off by giving credit to the sources. Number one show I heard about this on, the first show I heard about this on was Crimes of Passion. That's a podcast. But I listened to a couple other ones. I think one was called Miss Murder. One was called Rom-Com or something. One was called Love is Blind. If you just type Linda Pugach or Linda Riss, that's her maiden name, you will find so much information, so many podcasts about this specific case, these two people. And I also watched the movie Crazy Love. And, okay, you can't see the whole thing, but if you type in Crazy Love, you'll see the poster is them two. They do have, I don't even know if you want to call it love, crazy obsessions. So anyway, now that I got that out the way, Burt was a successful lawyer and investor, like I said. But he was also low-key very janky because he was what they called an ambulance chaser. So whenever an ambulance came on the scene or whatever, whenever it was an accident, Burt was right there passing out his cards. Janky, just trying to get business. He don't care about is the people okay. He don't care about, them getting to the hospital and everything like that. He trying to make sure, look, you need a lawyer. Yeah, you need a doctor, but you need a lawyer. He was also a fee splitter. So what that means is basically he would promise people half of his fee. People that wasn't lawyers, he would promise them half of his fee if they referred his business. And that's basically how his law firm was built, off him doing janky shit. So that's illegal, fee splitting. And I'm sure that somebody that's a lawyer, I'm not a lawyer, could elaborate more on that. But you can't pay people you can't give them half of your fee to refer you. Anyway, Linda Pugach, and can we get that first picture of Linda that I have? At the time she was a beautiful young lady. She was ready to get married. Now look at my girl Linda. This Linda from back in the day, just beautiful. A lot of people used to compare her to Elizabeth Taylor. So, Linda at the time was, like I said, a beautiful young lady, ready to get married, like all her friends was doing at the time. She also really believed in waiting for marriage to have sex. So my homegirl still got her V card. She just out here living her life, doing her thing, looking for her Prince Charming. That's Linda. Now, Burt was the opposite as far as the whole virginity thing go. My man Burt was out here with the hoes. Like, I don't know what kind of, with the floozies. That's what they probably called them in the 50s. My nigga Burt had them floozies on deck. So not only was he married when he met Linda, but he was already, like I said, fucking around on his wife. Marriage was nothing to Burt. Like I said, he got the floozies on deck. His wife knew. She basically said, well, he just like a little kid, and she said that the hoes was like his toys, and once he get tired of it, he'll stop. So his wife was pretty much turning a whole blind eye. His wife, I ain't gonna talk too bad about her because, she fucked up by marrying him. But what I will say, she married him at a young age. And it was all just more so the culture back then, because she was like 20 when she started pressuring him to marry her. Like on some, all my friends think we having sex, so we need to get married. And Burt didn't really want to get married, but I guess he didn't know how to say no. My bad, y'all. Anyway, Burt and Linda meet. They hit it off immediately. Now, like I said, Linda at this time is like in her early 20s, maybe 22, 23. My nigga Burt is like 35, basically. 35, 36. And he's way more accomplished than her, of course. He's a successful lawyer. So he's able to immediately woo her. He pretty much swept her off her feet, taking her on expensive dates. He done took her all on his yacht. So, you houses out here fucking for $40. That's a fact. So imagine a nigga take you on a yacht. Like, you're gonna be swooned. He had bands serenading her. It was this band that had a song called Linda. Every time he take her to the spot, they sing as soon as she walk in. So I'm just saying, y'all would have gave it up. But Linda, she clink. You know what I'm saying? She not fucking. So, like I said, but eventually, of course, Burt, he not really feeling that after a while. So they constantly getting into it. She's constantly telling him no. They constantly fighting and arguing. Burt is like, you having sex with somebody. You ain't having sex with me, but you having sex with somebody. And he's like pressuring her. And at one point, she even says, Burt, look, you can come to the doctor with me and they'll tell you I'm still a virgin. And he did. He went to the doctor with her. Like, damn near on some other type of shit. Went to the doctor with her. Doctor said she was still a virgin. He still wasn't even satisfied. He probably thinking the doctor lied for her. So anyway, on top of that, at one point, Burt got on what we call in Milwaukee pure bullshit. And what Burt's pure bullshit was, he got so desperate to sleep with Linda, excuse me, he decided to put knockout pills in her drink one night. They done, went out, had dinner, kicked it. And she invited him in for a little nightcap. We're going to have a little drink, then you can go home. When she goes to the bathroom, he dropped these knockout pills in her drink. Now, luckily for Linda, I believe she saw the pills. Because at first she drank her whole little drink. And she was kind of acting weird. But then she jumped up and was like, bro, you got to go. Like, you got to leave. So, she kicked him out. Eventually, Linda did discover that Burt was married. And Burt was like, I'm gonna get a divorce. It's nothing. We separated. He just coming with all the typical married nigga shit. So Linda like, nah, I don't believe that. Show me the divorce papers. So Burt, Burt, he an old player. I ain't even gonna lie. He got slick with this shit. This fool Burt gets some fake divorce papers filed. He drafted up. So y'all, I know y'all paying attention. I know y'all know the fake check stuff, the CPNs and all that. Burt was on that way back in the day, back in the 50s. He had fake divorce papers drafted up. So he do that. He give it to Linda. Linda keep fucking with him for a little while. But during the time when she was waiting for him to give her the papers, she met a nigga named Larry. Now her and Larry immediately hit it off, and Larry was like closer to her age. So the thing was, Larry couldn't take her on the expensive dates and the yachts that Burt took her on. Larry had him a little raggedy ass station wagon or something like that. They rode around and had a blast. So y'all already know how it go. You know what I'm saying? When you broke, you pick up your girl. Y'all you roll up a couple blunts. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have y'all a little drink. Y'all let the music play, and you just drive, just ride around. Or you might go to the lake or something and sit down. But that's what Larry was on. You know, he ain't really have it like that. But Linda had a blast with him. So Burt come with these fake ass divorce papers. Linda really was kind of, matter of fact, it wasn't even Linda. Linda's mom was kind of like, I don't believe him. Make sure you give me the file number, and I'm gonna have our attorney look into it. Anyway, they found out that she was fake, and Linda told Burt, I don't ever want to see you again. And at that time, when she told him, the crazy part is Burt wild out. That nigga immediately got to punching on her, bat, bat, bat. And her mama like, what the fuck going on down there? And Linda ran to the kitchen. Linda was a G about her shit. I ain't even gonna lie. She grabbed a knife and she was about to kill that nigga. But then she kind of had calmed down. She might have been getting ready to pull a Lorena Bobbitt. I don't even know. Y'all remember what Lorena did. So, but Burt bounced. He left. He knew he had fucked up. He knew he was about to get sliced and diced. So anyway, Linda started fucking with Larry. And Burt immediately starts stalking Linda. And when I say stalking, I'm not talking about how y'all be thinking y'all stalking somebody and you sitting at home and they wherever they at and you looking on their social media. No, Larry pulled up. He'll sit outside her house 6 and 8 hours at a time. You know, y'all toxic couples nowadays, y'all be thinking just typing a little something to somebody. You know, no. Larry pulled up. He's sitting outside the crib. He pulling up to the job. He pulling up at home. Wherever Linda at, Burt was at. He was there. You know what I'm saying? I think I said Larry, but I'm talking about Burt. Larry wasn't crazy. He was cool. So anyway, Burt at one point even pays this woman to find somebody to beat Linda up. So this was one of his clients that he defended as a lawyer. I guess she might have been a little ghetto or something. But he tried to have her find somebody to beat Linda up. And so she like, bet I got you. He paid her $200. She just take the $200 and keep the money. Eventually, she do contact Linda and let her know because she was kind of worried that Burt was going to find somebody else to do it. And I guess, you know, she was a decent human being, so she didn't want that to happen. Linda tell the police what happened. The police offered to arrest her, not Linda. They offered to arrest the woman who called and told her. Linda's like, why would I have her arrested when she just tried to help me? What can y'all do about Burt? They say nothing. Now this whole time he been stalking Linda. She been telling the police everything. They steady telling her they can't do anything for her until he does something to her. Now y'all, once again, this was back in the late 50s, early 60s. So that's the only leeway I can give them because this is fucked up. What the hell do you mean you can't do anything for her until he actually does something to her? You know, women were just really treated like second-class citizens back then. Just, you know, so it's messed up. But Linda was definitely doing everything she could do. And at one point, Burt really just lost it. Like this nigga, and not to ever just minimalize or take anything away from Linda, but it's crazy that he was doing all this for someone he didn't even have sex with. Like, what if it was whack? But I guess back then they probably didn't even know what good sex was for real. But yeah, at one point this nigga lost it at work. They had a Christmas party. He just was like out of it, getting drunk, and next thing you know, he beating somebody up. They take him to the mental hospital. The doctor determined that he was violent and extremely unstable, and recommended that they bring Linda in. So that just shows what they thought of women. They didn't give a fuck about Linda's well-being and her mental stability, her emotional stability. They saying the only way to get him better is to bring her in. And so, yeah. So anyway, what happens next is he does actually do something. And one thing I left out was that Burt begs Linda to meet up with him. She decides to go ahead and meet up with him. And there was a famous line that he said. I don't know if he was like kind of the first person that said it. I know it's common. We've probably heard it millions of times by now. But when they met up, Burt gave Linda 3 options. He said, look, this is crazy. Everything I'm doing, yeah, this is insane. But I want to help you make me stop. He says, we gonna either get married, right? You can have sex with me one time and I'll leave you alone for good. Or what happened to that radio host is gonna happen to you. Now, I forgot the gentleman's name, but there was a radio host back in the 50s who had acid thrown in his face by someone and he was blinded. So Burt is threatening her. So Burt, like I said, that he meets up, he tells her, I'm going to give you 3 options. Marry me, fuck me, or I'm going to fuck you up. Great guy. Like I said, that Burt, just stand-up guy. And basically Linda said fuck off. She was horrified, but like I said, Linda, she gonna live her life. You can't hold no real bitch down. That's just a fact. And Burt tells Linda, if I can't have you, nobody will. And when I get done with you, nobody else is gonna want you. So this nigga Burt is thrown off. Like, for real. And matter of fact, so Burt go ahead and pays a man to throw acid on Linda. So like I said, I just jumped the gun a little bit, but Linda is with Larry. She's engaged to Larry at this time. Linda is moving on with her life. She don't want nothing to do with Burt. He playing games. All he want to do is have sex, and he married on top of that. And this whole time, his wife is still like just turning the other cheek. She the one who, matter of fact, picked him up from the mental hospital. So anyway, Linda has her engagement party. Day after her engagement party, she hear a knock on the door. She opened the door thinking it's a gift. Next thing she knows, a man reaches his hand inside of a mayonnaise jar, pulls it out, throws acid in her face. She immediately basically goes blind. You know what I'm saying? So Burt made good on his promise to do what happened to that radio host. Now, Burt is able to evade the law for a little while, but of course they put taps on his phone. Eventually they find the guys that he hired because they called him for payment, and then they arrest him. He is sentenced to 15 years despite his best efforts. Whew. End the story, right? He got arrested. Justice was served. Wrong. Eventually, Burt gets access to Linda's phone number. Now, Linda had an unlisted number. She had an unlisted address, but Burt is a powerful man. He got a lot of money. So, he like I said, money is power. So, Burt is able to get access to that information. Excuse me. So he starts calling Linda, hanging up, just acting like a little hoe ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? And she tells the police what's going on. He's calling me, he's bothering me again. At one point she said, do you call all your victims? He finally replied, no, you're just my favorite one. She tells the police, and this is the craziest part. The police officer that went and spoke to Burt told him, stop calling her, just relax, just chill, because maybe when she gets out, she'll marry you. Why in the fuck would you tell a person that's clearly mentally unstable some shit like that? So, of course, Burt keeps calling. Eventually, Linda's like, if you're going to keep bothering me, you need to send me some money, because due to you, I'm not able to work, and I got all these bills, and, I'm not able to be as independent as I need to be. So, Burt starts using his legal leads to go ahead and start helping the people that was in prison with him to, fight their cases, XYZ. In a few weeks, he raises $4,000, which now would be like $30,000. He sent her to 4. Like it's nothing. And I mean, she did appreciate it. But the crazy thing is, this got him so many brownie points in the eyes of other people. It's really sick. Because he's the reason she needed the money in the first place. Like, everything that he said was going to happen, basically, happened. how he said nobody was gonna want her. She did meet guys. Let me show y'all a picture of Linda. I got put up that second picture I got of Linda right quick. Linda was a fox. Let me tell y'all something about Linda. Yeah, Linda, when it came to that dressing shit, you could call her ranch because she come with it. You know what I'm saying? Every day, every week, whenever she had appearances, Linda came with the sauce. So this is post Acid Throne. You see she got the shades on. That was kind of her signature at this point. But tell me she not out here like a bad bitch. She looked like Lucille Ball or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Marilyn Monroe or somebody. So that's Linda right there. And she is still meeting guys, but whenever they see her eyes, because like I said, she wore those black glasses for the most part. Whenever they saw the clear glasses, she would never hear from them again. So Burt ends up telling her, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't have caused all this. Like, just sick shit. And matter of fact, I got a picture of Burt too. And I'm going to just show Burt just how I feel like the best representation of him, just in his natural state, chaos. I got a picture of Burt we're going to have put up there in just a second. So like I said, Burt gets 15 years. Look at this. Just crazy. And this was him actually getting drugged out of the courthouse after he just was like kicking and screaming, just trying to cause mistrial, trying to act like he was crazy. And I mean, he do look crazy than a motherfucker. Like, let's just be honest. That nigga looks crazy. Even for 1950 standards. I don't even just... Let's just get him off the screen. So he gets out in 14 years for good behavior. What the fuck is good behavior, bitch, when I'm blind? So, when he gets out, this story is still, like, sensationalized. And he gets multiple appearances on TV. He proposes to Linda on TV multiple times. At one point, her friends decide that they feel like she should try to give him a shot. Her mom encourages her to give him a shot. Linda goes to a freaking psychic. And the psychic tells her in so many words to give him a shot. So Burt is just harassing this woman until she eventually says yes. And they get married and they lived happily ever after. As y'all can see, all these pictures of them. I know you're probably thinking, what the fuck? Yes, what I just told y'all was the story of a couple who broke up because the man was married. He stalked her, threw acid in her face, blinded her, went to jail for 15 years, continued basically stalking her from prison, got out, and they got married. Now, like I said, you think you toxic, you have no clue. All that Facebook going back and forth y'all be doing, y'all be pulling up to the club, fighting on each other. Ain't nobody never threw no acid in your face. Look, I don't want nobody to never love me that much. If you feel like you might throw some acid in my face, we need to just fall back. I'm not worth you going to jail 15 years. I promise I'm not. If you want to throw some acid on me, you need to just understand. That's the person that's for you would not have you out here throwing acid. I promise you they won't. So Burt and Linda, they lived happily ever after until Linda passed away back in 2013. And matter of fact, the funny thing is, and y'all need to really look into this, check out the movie Crazy Love. Funny thing is, let me just touch on this real quick. Burt, little bitch ass, actually did the same thing he did to Linda to another woman while he was married to Linda. So Burt ends up in like the early 2000s, I think, having an affair, a 5-year-long affair. And then when the woman tried to break it off, Burt started stalking her, offered her $1 million. He told her, bitch, it's going to be 1959 again. Like, no, those are his words. It's going to be 1959 again. Like, this nigga is crazy. Like, I ain't going to lie. Like, I respect the toxicity. Like, it's if I don't respect nothing, it's one thing about me. If I don't respect nothing, I respect consistency. This motherfucker been toxic since day one, since 1959 at least. And he ain't made no attempt. Like, if you watch Crazy Love, which y'all need to watch, it ain't no remorse. They married. It still ain't no remorse. He said she's still beautiful. So, this nigga Burt is crazy. That's the tragic tale, the tragic, toxic tale of love of Burt and Linda Pugach. I guess it's not tragic because that shit, if they like it, I love it. But that's the toxic tale of Burt and Linda. Now, what I'm about to get into now, I got some advice. I got the advice segment coming up. So y'all let me get a quick sip of water and we're gonna jump right into the advice. I got a crazy one for y'all today. And you know what? Maybe I need to see if anybody watching me live and say what's up. Okay, I don't see no notifications. Oh wait, there's some comments on here. Oh shit, hold on. Okay. Kayla said, "Hey, why you cut your hair? Cause I need a little bit more professional look." What's up, KK? You know the locks is cool, but they was free form. DJ, you said I shouldn't be laughing, but I am. I don't know which one you was laughing at. I guess you laughing at the Burt Pugach. My nigga DJ said 1,000 points for the City Boys in reference to Burt Pugach. So this nigga is toxic. DJ, you might be canceled for that. He said 1,000 points for the City Boys. That's funny as hell. All right, let's see. I see another comment somewhere. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get right into the Black Advice Show. Now I got a post from Reddit today. This is called "Am I the Asshole?" Now, if y'all are not familiar with the "Am I the Asshole" thread on Reddit, you need to get familiar because it'll be some crazy shit in there, some funny shit in there, and I love it. So give me 1 second to pull up the Reddit. Oh, actually, I got it in my notes. So this one today is called "Am I the Asshole for Telling My Friend That I Would Never Support Her or Be Happy for Her?" Now, I mean, if I just had to go off the title alone, I'm going to go, yeah, it kind of sound like an asshole. All right, so it says, "My quote-unquote friend and I have known each other for close and been close for 25 years. For the sake of this post, we'll call her Trixie." Oh, tricky Trixie. Yeah, sound like a little tricky hoe. Now, Trixie and I are both 31-year-old females. Trixie has horrible taste in men and always ends up in the shittiest of positions. I have opened my doors to her and her kids multiple times and fed/clothed all three of them, as she has never held a steady job and has always relied on men to support her. The last time she stayed here was 6 months ago. She was here for collectively a little over 2 months. During that time, I got her a job, I put our kids in childcare on my dollar, and I supported all three of them. I had no problem doing this, as I own all of my own luxuries, and my payments on everything is far less than my monthly income. I did this out of the kindness of my heart. Damn, this might be Oprah. This house sounds like she rich. Now, for 9 years, I was quote-unquote dating a man. Let's call him Aaron, that I was madly in love with. We never lived together, but we spent every weekend together and went on dates often. I was blinded by this love, and I felt for him. I was blinded by this love I felt for him and never saw the truth, which is that he did not want to settle with me. When I did catch out and start questioning it, he ended things on bad terms. Blocked me off of everything. I was fucking devastated, obviously, and Trixie was there through it all. She held me when I cried. She picked up more house chores so I didn't have to do it. Overall, she was super supportive. This all happened while she was living with me. Near the end of her time within my home, she started acting off. She was always on her phone and started hiding it from me, which is weird because why would I give a shit what she's doing on her phone? Anyway, she moved out. She said she met someone and he offered her a place to stay. She kept saying he was the one, even asked me to watch her kids for the weekend so she couldn't meet up with him and feel things out. I agreed. She moved out a week later. Well, they just made it Facebook official. She is dating Aaron, the guy that I was seeing for 9 years, and he moved her into his home. She called me 2 days ago, long after I found out, and tried apologizing. She then went on to say, "You were always telling me I needed to find a good man, and I found one. Aren't you happy for me?" That goddamn Trixie. I told her no, that I was not happy for her, and I would never be supportive of this decision, especially when he had just broken my heart not even 4 months ago. And she witnessed what it put me through. She said that I am an unsupportive asshole, and that I only viewed her as a charity case, and that I was never a true friend. as a true friend would realize that no man is worth ending a friendship over. I fucking resent her now, and all respect I had for this woman went out the window. But now I'm feeling really crummy because I will more than likely never see my niece and nephew again. Am I the asshole? Mm-mm-mm. God damn. I'm gonna say this. Are you the asshole? No, not by far. Trixie is a little hoe. And I guess that's why you call her Trixie, because she a tricky little hoe. She just, she a little slick hoe. I ain't gonna lie. But, come on, you was with this dude for 9 years. It took you 9 years to catch the hint. Lady, I'm gonna call you Sharon. You seem like a Sharon. Sharon, you gotta do better. It's just that simple. You gotta do better. Ain't no way you fucking with somebody for 9 years. And you know what? You might be an asshole, cause now I'm thinking about it. You must be selfish or something. You gotta be. How you deal with somebody for 9 years and don't realize that it ain't going nowhere? You know what that tells me? It tells me that you didn't know that person. So you set up in that relationship for 9 years, or that situationship, whatever it was, for 9 years, and you ain't even had the decency to take the time to get to know that person. Now, I know you probably thought I was finna go in on Trixie. I'm gonna get to Trixie, but Sharon, bitch, I got some words for you too. You got to do better, sweetheart. You do. 9 years, you deserve better than that. Come on now. Come on now. You ain't noticed it wasn't going nowhere. You ain't noticed every time you brought up marriage, he starts talking about football. You ain't peeped that at all. You ain't noticed every time you ask him, what is this? He said, what? You said, us. And he never responded after that. He just stopped talking. Like, he never even tried to lie. I know Aaron. I know how Aaron get down. Aaron didn't sit up there and lie to you. Because you said you had to realize it wasn't going nowhere. So you ain't never say that he lied to you. Nah, Aaron come through late night, get that bread, get that head and dip. Bitch, you keep talking about you balling out of control. So I guess you probably ain't got no whole lot of time to build a relationship. I wonder how old Aaron is versus how old you is. Because you said you 31. And you sound like you just financially set. So Aaron sound like he about, I don't know, he got to be legal. Y'all was fucking around for 9 years. So you been fucking with Aaron since you was in college. Okay. I can kind of see how that happened. I don't know, Sharon, but, leave Trixie and Aaron alone. Because Trixie, for once, she a little hoe. She got 2 kids. She keep, kind of trying to mooch off you and shit every chance she get. Like, Trixie, she just gonna go with wherever somebody say, hey, you could come stay here. If you would have told her to eat your pussy, she would have. So, yeah, she over there sucking Aaron up now, but that's because she just needs somewhere to stay. Like I said, you tell Trixie she could come back stay with you, she might come back and stay. Give you a little head. It's that simple. Trixie, we ain't got time for that. And Aaron, I don't know what the fuck he doing. He just living his life, it sound like. I don't even know if Aaron is a bad person or not. You really didn't say too much about him, but just talking about it took me 9 years. So to me, it don't even say like we did everything. Let me make sure that I'm not missing nothing. Because I could be tripping. It says, I was madly in love with. We never lived together, but we spent every weekend together and went on dates. Oh, look, Sharon, you stupid. I'm gonna just put it like that. I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat no further. You're stupid. You was with this man for 9 years. Y'all never lived together. That's sign number 1. Because nowadays, we like to move fast. So y'all together 9 years and never lived together. He got plenty other hoes. Plenty. Like, and then talking about we spent every weekend together. Bitch, what's the weekend? What was he doing during the week? So you a sizzle type of chick. You know what I'm saying? You take Monday, Thursday, then just send them your way. Okay. But you thought y'all was, I don't know. I don't really know. And they say, when you caught on, he ended things. Like, no. Aaron said, bitch, what you asking me all these questions for? What you talking about who I'm with, what I'm doing? Look, you doing too much. It was cool when you was, you know what I'm saying, hitting nigga pockets, hit me with $100 here and there, $250 here and there when you bought me the PS5. But now you want to know who I'm with, what I'm doing, and all this shit, and that ain't for me. Aaron dipped, and then took Trixie with him. So yeah, they bogus for that, but you might need to get some tarot cards or something, Sharon, because you should have saw this shit coming. So that's all I got for Sharon. I'm going to get into the final segment. Like I said, y'all, this is the Black Podcast Show, hosted by me, your girl Shantae. And what you get with this show is 4 podcasts in one. I already gave y'all some motivation to take you through the week. I told y'all, tough times don't last, tough people do. Just keep that with you all week. I gave you a true crime segment. I told y'all about the toxic love story of Burt and Linda Pugach. You have never heard nothing more toxic than that. Y'all been talking about Cardi and Meg. Y'all been talking about Tory and I'll say Cardi and Meg. Cardi and Offset, Tory and Meg for the last couple weeks. A shot in the foot don't even top acid to the face. Excuse me. But I gave that to y'all. I just gave you some advice. Grade A. Life-changing. Almost advice that a licensed therapist would give. And I'm doing this off the love. For the free. Now, before I get into the last segment, I just want to let y'all know the Black Podcast Show can always be better. Now y'all look at this. What other podcast you know doing it like this? Don't worry, I won't wait because I don't got time for that. But this look like I need to be on the Breakfast Club. You know, this look better than the Breakfast Club. They just be in a little studio. They don't even got no green screen. I created all these graphics, y'all. Just know that. So, ain't no other podcast doing it like this. Ain't no other podcast giving you 4 shows in one. Just know the Black Podcast Show love you. If y'all want to show me some love back, I'm on a quest for $1 million. That's all I need. Just $1 million. I'm not asking too much. Just send what you can. Y'all got to understand. When I become a millionaire, then you'll be able to say you know a millionaire. If you know Oprah, send this to her. If you know Tyler Perry, even Barack and Michelle and them, even Kamala Harris, I'll take her. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, any black specifically millionaires or billionaires that you may be associated with, go ahead and tag them. Or you can send me an inbox. Let them know about the show. I'm putting this back on you. The Black Podcast Show is in your hands. Audience, I need y'all. Y'all supposed to be sharing this. If you can't give me $1 million, the least you can do is share it. I'm doing this for all black people. Anyway, let me get on to the next segment before I run out of time. So we're going to get into the final podcast tonight, the Black Review Show. Now, what I went and did, so y'all wouldn't have to, I went to the movies last week, and I saw Taken 67. Oh, my bad. It's called The Honest Thief. I went and saw The Honest Thief. And these Liam Neeson, they basically just keep recasting Liam Neeson for the same movie over and over and over again. I'm guessing that Liam Neeson has got to have some kind of crazy-ass contract because I feel like every movie I've ever seen him in, Taken and otherwise, is the same fucking universe. So, anyway, the movie The Honest Thief. This movie was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I'm not even going to lie. It was some stupid shit. It was some funny shit. It wasn't as bad as the one I saw the other week. What was that shit called? Whatever it was. I don't forgot the name of it. That's how horrible it was. Unhinged. Yes. This was not as bad as Unhinged. But it was okay. So anyway, let me just first start off by saying, when my girl told me was going to see this, I was skeptical. Because The Honest Thief, since when is a thief honest? You know, I hate that the phrase, it used to be honesty amongst thieves. When? A thief is not fucking honest. They trying to steal some shit. So anyway, the movie starts off bad, getting right into the shit. They show Liam Neeson detonate bombs, robbing banks. So we already know he's a thief. You know, they kind of was heavy-handed with that. Then we see him getting the storage unit, presumably to put the money in. And him and the little lady at the storage unit, they have a little cute encounter. I ain't gonna lie. They tried to kind of make Liam seem like he was supposed to be charming. So, as if we didn't just see this motherfucker robbing banks. So I guess that's the honest part. I don't know, but so there's clear chemistry. Excuse me. There's clear chemistry between these two. We jump to a year later, and they're looking at houses so they can go ahead and move in together. So, healthy amount of time, not 9 years like Sharon crazy ass. A year later, they go in here looking at houses to move in together. We find out that Liam is ex-military in this movie. I'm not sure where I missed where they identified that, but I was wondering what she thought his job was to be able to afford that big ass house. I found out he was ex-military later in the movie, so I don't really know exactly when they explain that, but whatever the case is, he was ex-military. So this is when the movie really gets started, and this is when it gets stupid. So this would be the part when they looking at the house would be the part on Taken where they dropping off his daughter at the airport. Like, you don't even really know that this was just a little key to the lock of the rest of the movie. That we just unlocked the plot. The plot is about to thicken, as they say. So Liam decides he needs to come clean to the FBI. He got a big ass burden on his shoulder. The burden is the $9 million that he done robbed from all these banks. It's a burden on his shoulders. He feel like he cannot move in with this woman and she don't know that he done robbed banks and he got $9 million. Why he feel like that was something he needed to reveal, I still haven't quite understood that. That's the part where the movie lost me. But apparently he was so in love with this woman that he just wouldn't be able to look her in the eye and have the guilt in his heart or, some dumb shit like that. So I'm going to just put this out there. He stole $9 million over a period of 8 years from like 6 banks. If it was me, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, me, myself, and I would be just fine looking Shorty dead in her eyes and smiling and lying or whatever the fuck, just not telling her. I would be able to live like that for the rest of my days until the day I kick the dust. But, I'm different. I'm not like most people, so I'm just a little bit different than the average person. So he called the FBI from this nice-ass hotel room. I'm not sure what the significance of that was. But, I know he went to a hotel room because he didn't really necessarily want to call from the crib because what he was trying to do was work out a deal. So somehow he kept all the money. He still had all $9 million, and he wanted to return the money and turn himself in and get some kind of, reduced sentence plea deal, some kind of, whatever the case. I don't think it really worked exactly like that, but no, my nigga calls the FBI. Like, doop, 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 FBI. Call him up. He like, look, I'm Tom Carter. I need to turn myself in. I'm the in and out bandit. I'm the bandit that's been getting in and out these banks. Which I was kind of like, do they still call motherfuckers bandits? Like, this movie wasn't set in the 80s. This was a 2020 movie. It just sound like something an 80s New York cop would say. Like, yo, chief, I gotta go undercover. We gotta get the in and out bandit, yo. I'm gonna nail this guy in the fucking coffin. That's what I get when I hear bandit. My New York accent is off, but I promise it's much better than that. I'm nervous right now, y'all. All these lights on me, and I know what I'm presenting to y'all. I just got a little nervous. But this dude straight up, like I said, calls the FBI, tells the first person that answered the phone, I'm the in and out bandit. I need to turn myself in. And this part was kind of funny because like 2-3 people put him on hold. Like he's saying that he's this, FBI's most wanted criminal trying to turn himself in, and they like, all right, hold up right quick. Let me find somebody that want to talk to you. So he finally get the chief of police on the phone. He tells him this, and apparently, oh yeah, I said I was gonna spark up for this because this was just funny. But apparently, y'all might want to get y'all one of these too. By the way, this little lighter leash. If you need to use my lighter, you're gonna use it right here in this vicinity. Don't go no further. Look, can't even go off camera. So if you got a problem holding on your lighters, you need to get you some of these. You need to get you a couple. And I'm smoking my Cyclone. So this, you probably can't really see it. Oh, maybe if I put it on this camera. But yeah, it's Cyclone, hemp cones. Y'all need to get in touch with these. Like, no tobacco. And it don't burn as fast as a joint. So anyway, Liam finally gets somebody on the phone. The chief don't even believe him because they've had so many people calling, faking the funk. You know, they've had so many people saying, oh, I'm the in and out bandit. They were just looking for clout, I guess. So he like, well, prove it. You know, why should I believe you? So he get all the dude information, including his hotel room number and everything like that. And he like, look, I'm going to put somebody on the case. So he put these two young guys on the case who initially kind of, they blow it off too. And I'm talking about to the point where 2-3 days go by. And Tom, well, Liam's character, has to call back. Imagine that you're trying to turn yourself in for all these crimes you committed. And you have to call them back and say, hey, it's me again. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to turn myself in. I've been waiting on y'all bitch ass for days. That's what happened. So they like, you know, don't worry about it. We got somebody coming. Just sit back. So Liam was just finna be like, man, fuck it. I tried. And as soon as he opened the door, that bitch ass standing right there. So he back on, okay, I'm turning myself in. So he told them the same thing. They still kind of not really believing him. My bad, y'all. This little gas. I ain't gonna cap. It's some gas. So they not really believing him. But they like, okay, well, prove it. So he says, the money is in my storage unit. So they like, okay, well, give us the keys. They don't believe him at all. So they're like, give us the keys. We'll check on it, and we'll get back in touch with you. So Liam give them the keys. He's like, do y'all want me to come with you? They like, no, don't worry about it. So they go to the storage unit eventually. It's not even like right away. They go through his shit, and eventually they do find the money. And immediately, I'm talking about right off bat, they like, fuck all the bullshit. We keeping this money. We finna secure our retirement fund right now. And, you know, I respect that. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, when it comes to a crooked cop taking money, I'm really not mad about that because, shit, if I was, that'd be my only reason for wanting to be a cop for real. Like, get some money out of it. But, shit, yeah, they took the money, thinking it was $9 million. They go stash it at this little spot. This the thing, though. This is what they didn't know. And this is why you got to be careful, because you never know who, you never know who watching. So, remember, Liam was fucking with an old girl that worked at the storage place. So, she's sitting there looking in the cameras from the office and shit like, why they at, my boo storage unit? So, she go out there. She like, oh, y'all at Tom's storage unit? How y'all know him? And they like, oh, we just old friends. And my thing was, they don't know that she dating him. So they like, oh, we just old friends. He told us to come grab some shit. And she like, oh, okay, cool. And she just goes for it. She don't even... A real bitch would have went in there and called Tom like, you got somebody up here getting some shit. Like, she just was like, okay, bet. Like, don't you think this is your boyfriend? Y'all been together for 1 year. Y'all are about to move into a house together. Y'all are about to actually purchase a house together. Boyfriend and girlfriend, together for a year. You don't think he would have called you if he was sending somebody up there to get something out of the storage unit? And he ain't never did that before? But I digress. It's a movie. So that's like one of the stupid parts. The whole movie could have been way shorter had she just simply called him. Her little hoe ass gonna send him a text talking about thinking of you. It's somebody stealing $3 million from your nigga right now, bitch. You thinking about him? That's not good enough. I gotta hit the blunt on that because she ran me hot with that one. I ain't even gonna cap. But so anyway, they take the money to a stash spot. They drop it off. They go back to the hotel room. They ready to kill our boy. Because at this point they like, shit, Well, it's one, of course. It's always one that's the leader. So the main guy, his name was like Nevins or something like that. He trigger happy. I mean, we see that throughout the movie. Oh yeah, so just so y'all know, it's plenty of spoilers. So if you ain't seen the movie, you should still see it. I mean, I ain't telling y'all everything just about, but it's still a good movie. I liked it. But he basically ready to come in there and shoot him. But what he don't know was that during the time where Tom was waiting for them to come back, he done called the station again. He done called the FBI station again because he wondering what the fuck is going on. I'm trying to turn myself in and you bitches is playing with me. So the chief of police end up coming, and while the other two dudes is in there about to kill dude. So luckily he kind of got saved that way. But soon as the chief of police come in, he sensed the tension, and he like, oh shit, I'm probably out of time, y'all. So let me just hurry up and run this down. The chief of police come in, he sensed the tension. He like, what the fuck going on? Bro, shoot him in the head. So him and Liam get to fighting. Liam beat both of their ass. So let me just tell y'all, the main point of this movie that y'all need to understand, it was very unrealistic. Liam is old as shit, and he look old as shit in this movie. Like, matter of fact, put this picture up right quick, Lama, and I promise I'm almost done. Look, that's the poster, and that's how he really looked in the movie. Look at all that fucking makeup and filters and shit they got on that poster. That nigga did not look that young. He looked about 36 on that poster. No, that motherfucker looked a smooth 68 in the movie. Like, nah, on one scene, it was so fucking funny. The nigga fell off a third floor window, fell out the window, fell down, and got up, and they make it seem like he ran off. That motherfucker hobbled off slow as hell. All the scenes where he was running, he hitting this. He can't even like look like he running fast. That Liam Neeson, like, man, they got my boy exhausted out there. That shit made me kind of sad. Like, I don't really like senior citizen abuse and all that. So that kind of made me feel like I don't know what kind of contract they got Liam under, but he was tied to the motherfucker. Like Liam, he getting up there. But so the movie. Basically, another point I want to point out, this motherfucker said only reason he was robbing banks was because his daddy worked at a bank and he got let go and they took his pension and he died of cancer. Like, a whole bunch of dumb shit. Like, bro, what the fuck did that got to do with you robbing a bank? That's why he never spent the money, because he ain't really need the money. He just wanted to get back at the man. Like, just some old stupid ass bullshit, basically. But the movie was good. Like, watch it. That was the stupidest part of the movie, was just the actual reason that he wanted to be honest. But I mean, it was decent. It was if they would have had somebody other than Liam Neeson, it would have been more realistic. Like, them fighting scenes, it just and then like the action scenes, like he was running off so slow, it was just laughable. It was pure comedy. Cause I'm like, bro, you could have caught him. Like, he's right there. It's people walking by on the street passing him up. But that's it for the review. And that is going to wrap up today's episode of the Black Podcast Show. This was episode number 7. Once again, lucky number 7. I'm so blessed for y'all to keep tuning in. And I know, like I said, I know y'all feeling very lucky that I keep coming back every week with more content. Like I said, I'm on a quest for $1 million. So if you know a millionaire, connect me. I got you. When I get on, we get on. Just know that. But this is the Black Podcast Show, hosted by your girl Shantae. Make sure you tune in next Monday at 8. I got another fully loaded episode for you. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Be there. Be square.